When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. That you might work.
Welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matters Podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Episode 21.
Yes. Welcome back.
Yeah, man. Definitely burning the midnight oil on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Super busy, I guess. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
I guess first and foremost, you're back.
Yeah, I am back. I feel like it's just been a while.
Since you've been back?
Yeah. So like updating the podcast to know that I'm back is kind of weird. But yes, I'm back from Key West and Mexico and went on a nice little girls trip. It was interesting. Not that I'm like old now.
Nah, you old.
But I was with people younger than me.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting about the trip, like the dynamic of the ages of the people that went and all the people that went. Because it was like, what, 15 of you?
It was a lot of us, yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, I think 15. 15, and then like 2 extra people came or something like that. So it was a big group. It was interesting. But yeah, I think because I was like, I think I was like the second oldest person. There were some things that I could just like remove myself from.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt great. And then some things I was like, I don't understand. Like, I don't feel this way about certain things anymore. Like, it was kind of weird.
You can't hang with the young folk.
No, I hung with them. It was just like certain things didn't bother me. And then like, just because something was happening, I didn't feel like I had to be there.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like I missed out either. So it was a good trip. It was just interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, like, while you were gone, I mean, it was pretty smooth over here. Mm-hmm. I held it down. The house didn't burn down.
Yeah.
I didn't starve. So, we made it work.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, basketball practice is, like, officially up and running. We're, like, a month away from our first real game. And yeah, we locking in.
But you need to send me the schedule for.
Yeah, I mean, we don't gotta do that on here, but yeah.
No, not on here, but. Yeah.
But yeah, so.
I like to be prepared.
We're like a month away, so it's getting real hot and heavy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just with my work schedule, my practice schedule, and then just all the stuff we got going on at home and stuff. Yeah, it's getting real.
Yeah.
Trying to find time for everything. Besides that, I mean, besides being busy, it hasn't been a lot been going on. Business as usual, I'll say. Mm-hmm. What else?
I've been running around.
Yeah.
Doing alterations. It's just getting busier and busier. And it's not a complaint. It's just like, this is good. Like, I can see where it could go in the future. Mm-hmm. But I'm tired. Like
definitely tired.
Yeah.
A little feedback from last episode. I felt like a lot of people liked it. They thought it was interesting. I got some comments asking me about if I need help finishing some of my projects, my home projects. I mean, it is what it is.
I don't think the problem is the help. It's just the time.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I mean, that's been pretty much it. I definitely tell you, this episode is going to be short. We have some good topics. I like what we're talking about, but I am tired.
Yeah.
So, I think we should get right to it.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know about you guys, but in an age where it's possible to cut corners to make life a little easier, I try to take them all. And that's why I started using Instacart. So on the weeks that my schedule is crazy, I can get the grocery list ready and easily search them on the Instacart app. And then it's also also a convenient way to compare different prices for the quantities that you're getting instead of like being in the aisle and trying to rush while people are buzzing past you. Instacart also has same-day delivery, and if you use our referral link below, you can receive $10 off of your order and free delivery for first-time users. And new users can also use a 14-day free trial of Instacart Express, where your groceries are delivered in 1 to 2 hours. Even if you don't use the Express, your groceries are delivered same day. So click the link below and get to shopping. Let's move on.
So for this week's Michel Matter, we decided to talk about travel. Something I feel like we do pretty consistently. Some people think we travel a lot. I don't think we travel enough.
I think we travel a good amount.
Yeah, but if you ask some people, like, oh, Jackson Jackie always out, but I'm like, nah, not even. Especially compared to some of the other people I know, it's like, nah, we're just pretty consistent.
Well, some of the people you're talking about are like older too, but I think because we travel locally, sometimes it could just be within the state, and then sometimes it's out of the country, and sometimes it's in the country. So, but most of the time we'll do like 2 serious trips.
Yeah.
And then
so that's like our rule.
Around.
Like we kind of just from the top of the year, like, okay, we're gonna take 2 trips this year. Mm-hmm. And we don't necessarily like know where we're going. Mm-hmm. We just know we're gonna go somewhere, and it kind of just develops throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like I guess to take this year for example, where have we gone this year?
Toronto.
Yeah, we went to Toronto for my birthday, and I feel like we went somewhere else.
I don't know.
Can't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah, the years are starting to blend together. I don't know which year we did what.
I think in other years we kind of prepared more. Yeah. Like during the new year, like where do we want to go? But this year is kind of like, oh, we should go to Toronto. Oh, okay. Like It was like that. But we do try to plan accordingly, at least like financially. We pay them cash. Like we don't want to go on vacation and think about, oh, we have to pay this back on the credit card or this back. You just pay it outright and then have fun.
Yeah.
So as far as that, but like sometimes just choosing a place to go, it could just be random. Yeah. Because I actually thought we were gonna go to Chicago.
Yeah,
for
but
your birthday.
That actually, the way that happened was we ended up going to Toronto because we found a airline deal. And that's how a couple of our vacations have happened. Mm-hmm. Like, we'll see a deal and we're like, I guess we can go there. I feel like New Orleans was like that.
No, New Orleans was kind of planned.
Kind of, but the time we bought the ticket, because I remember exactly, like, we were at work. And I know Gene's probably at work right now listening. He's going to be like, I told you to buy the tickets. He actually did that for New Orleans and Toronto. Yeah, it was just at the time, it was like $100 round trip ticket. I was like, oh, book it. Like, just book it. Yeah. We'll figure out everything after. Mm-hmm. But like sometimes when you find some of those deals, it's like you just got to take it.
Right. So, I guess how do we decide when we want to go somewhere? Like, is it usually around a holiday or an occasion?
So that's one of the big things I think with the vacation is like sometimes it's just you can't afford to not go to work, or you may not have the vacation time. And like sometimes in my case it's like, at least at my old job, I could take vacation. I just couldn't miss like so many days at some point. It's like it would become detrimental. So what I started to do, or what we started to do, was like we'd pick long weekends, or we do like, okay, leave Thursday night or Thursday after work, and then we'd only miss one day of work and we come back Sunday. So we'd be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. So instead of it being like a little weekend trip, it could turn into like a 4-day weekend, or, you know, a 5-day week, but like something minimal. So like it impacted less of our work schedule.
Right.
But we still got to go places and not feel like it was such a short trip.
Yeah. And typically, like, I mean, we've never been on a vacation longer than maybe a week. A weekend, a day. I
think that's the most.
Because I think France was like about
the longest trip.
So, like, I don't know, like to have like a 2-week or a month vacation, I can't even think about. But like, typically after 4 days of vacation, we tend to be ready to go home. Like, depending on where we go. Yeah,
like places that deserve like a week vacation are like Europe, where you would like go from country to country, or somewhere where there's like literally that much to do. But it's hard to it's hard to be thoroughly entertained for like more than a week. Yeah, I guess anyway, it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
but I like to try it.
That's where the long weekends are pretty good for us anyway. And
they cost less, so you could probably do more of them. Like short weekend trips, like to small. Like to me, I feel like we have like our places that we want to go to. And I feel like if just taking short trips, you can knock out a lot of those.
True.
And
if you mean like within the States.
Yeah. I mean, that's where the majority of our vacations are. Like the out of country vacations are the ones that really like hurt, I guess, your pocket.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. So, choosing where to stay, right? You mentioned New Orleans and like just booking the plane ticket, and then we figured out later on what to do. I think for that trip, I just kind of, because we had never been there. I always go on Airbnb first.
Yeah.
That's just like my preferred method. But we ended up staying at a hotel in New Orleans because I found that the Airbnbs were a little away from all the activities we really wanted to do. Like at the French Quarter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we ended up finding a decent hotel.
That was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It was kind of like, I feel like the hotels there are kind of old.
Yeah, anyway, everything looks old there.
Yeah. But it was nice, and they gave like, croissants for breakfast and stuff like very like, you could tell the French were here type place at some point.
Yeah, for the most part, like when it's deciding between like an Airbnb and a hotel, it just depends for us. Like one of the things for me, I'm just not the biggest fan of continental breakfast, so that's not like a selling point. Like, don't tell me, oh, but they have continental. I don't care. Like, I don't want the egg that they poured out of a carton. And
typically, they don't even have eggs.
You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I like hotels, I guess, in areas where they don't have nice Airbnbs. Like that's usually how that goes. Because some cities just aren't Airbnb cities like that.
That's true. Even like if it's not a vacation, for example, like we went to a wedding in pretty much like Nowheresville, Florida. And the hotel selections were kind of like, okay, this is interesting. But then we found like an Airbnb that was decent.
Yeah.
I would say it was cute, but it was like it was like a family's garage, I think, that they kind of turned into a side house or something. And there were like 2 rooms in there.
Yeah, that was actually decent.
Yeah. Yeah, it was decent. But it was like there was no cable or anything like it was kind of strange.
But
it was a good Airbnb.
Yeah. But at the same time, we went to a different wedding where we went to an Airbnb first. And the Airbnb was like in a real suspect like location.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the pictures, everything looked nice. But when we got there, I was like, what? Where is the Airbnb? So we actually, while we were there, we just kind of like left the Airbnb and like, nah. And we stayed at the hotel that was dedicated to the guests.
To the wedding.
It's like, yeah, you know what? Let's leave because this one was not working out. So
it might work out. Just do your research because we didn't really know that area.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit away from the wedding, but yeah, I want to say that was like our worst Airbnb experience.
100%.
Because every other Airbnb has been amazing.
Yeah, that one was just not, that one wasn't cutting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do that one again. But definitely, like, that's the thing. Doing your research and knowing kind of an idea of what you want to do. Because sometimes you get an Airbnb and it's not as central as you would like it. So the cost may not work out as far as now you're going to have to rent a car or, Ubers aren't as, they're not as cheap, especially if you're farther away. At least if you're semi-close, you can Uber around. Yeah. Because I feel like that's the other major choice is like, how are we going to move like when we're there? Right.
And I think with Uber and Lyft right now, it's just, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's the most convenient way.
You don't have to take public transportation. I feel like, so when we went to New York, we did take public transportation just because I know the system. Yeah. So it was just kind of like, nah, we just get a weekend, Metro card and boom. But like, say for Atlanta, we rented a car because I just figured, we had both gone to Georgia before, but I just figured it's probably similar to Miami. You're probably going to need a car. And that worked out. Yeah. Because we weren't going to take the, what's it called?
The Heart.
The Heart?
That's the bus, I know, at least in Atlanta.
I don't remember what it's called. But they have trains.
Yeah, they have a couple.
Yeah. But we weren't going to take that just because we knew where we wanted to stay, some of the places we wanted to go, and they were like pretty far from each other. So let's just rent a car. It's probably going to be less than an Uber the whole weekend. And then every other trip, like New Orleans was pretty walkable. Yeah. And we took an Uber maybe like 3 times. And then Toronto, walkable. I'm trying to think of where else. I think every other time we haven't rented a car. It was only in Atlanta.
Yeah, I feel like that's been the only time. And yeah, because DC, we pretty much Ubered around.
Mm-hmm. Paris, there's trains and everything. So that was easy. Yeah. Very walkable. Like walkable cities, you don't need a car. And even then, I probably wouldn't have rented a car in Paris. Yeah. Because, they drive different. But
crazy. So, I guess the one of the big decisions we make a lot is whether we're going to take a cruise or we're going to take like a standard vacation. I feel like those are like the two main like
I don't feel like I struggle with those options.
Well, sometimes it's like you want to take a break.
You like to cruise.
I like to cruise because for me, I have like trips and I have vacations. So for me, a trip is where we go, like we have a city we've always wanted to visit and we go and, we go sightseeing. And a vacation for me is like when we leave and I don't have to do anything. Yeah. Like
your phone is off.
Yeah. Like, if I want to sleep all 4 days, I'm going to sleep all 4 days. Like,
but then you paid to sleep.
Huh?
You paid to sleep.
Yes. I'm okay with that. Okay. I'll pay for peace of mind. And I used to kind of always judge it like, if I have to wear socks, it's not a vacation. Like, oh my gosh. Like for me, it's, toes out. All vacation. I'm not putting on shoes. I'm only wearing flip-flops and I'm hanging out. Yeah. Like that's a vacation for me. And cruises, I feel like is where I kind of get to do that because you have like your days where you're at sea and like I'll just sleep. Like I'll literally take like 3 naps a day. I'll wake up. I don't know what time it is. Yeah. Like.
Yeah. Some aspects of cruising is like really good. It's amazing. But I think if you actually want to like sightsee and stuff, that may not be your best bet because I don't know. There's so much to do when you have free reign over, your schedule. But if you're just like at sea for a whole day, you know, then you got to entertain yourself on the boat, and then you end up, you know, like in the casino or something.
Yeah, the thing with cruising is always like, once you make your land stop or whatever, you kind of are limited to your one excursion, I guess. Because they take a pretty long amount of time, or they're all like start at the same time.
Right.
So it's either you go on an excursion or you like chance it and you go on your own.
Yeah.
I'd rather take an excursion just because when I go to a new city, I kind of feel, or a new place, especially places like that I don't know the language, or I feel more comfortable in a group setting rather than just like going out on my own.
Yeah, we're all going down.
Yeah, but some people more adventurous, you know, they get out here. But me personally, you know, I like to be with the group. Tourists are targets a lot of times in other countries.
Yeah, we almost got once.
Yeah, almost.
In Jamaica.
But be your own people. But anyway. So yeah, I think I prefer cruising for certain situations as far as like the amount of rest, or sometimes they just go to places. It's a way to knock out a wide range of places.
Yeah.
And you know, if you just want to say, hey, I visited here, and I feel like I would like to, maybe that's a place I'd go back to. Like I'd go back to Mexico. I guess you've been there twice, so maybe you don't want to, but
there are some places that I don't mind going back. Like Jamaica is always going to be a place that I want to go back to. I think cruising for us in particular is always an option because we have an insider. So
yeah, you need a plug.
Yeah, because cruising can be expensive depending on like how long the cruise is and stuff like that. Like compared to like a regular vacation, I guess it's not really that expensive.
Yeah, I guess the thing with the cruise is you kind of know how much money you're going to spend before you leave. Yeah. Like you can pay for all your excursions before you leave. You can, I mean, your food's all included. Yeah. It's pretty much once you get there, if you want to, you don't have to like literally pull out $1. You could have that all pre-planned from before you leave.
Yeah. Whereas like on an actual vacation where you have to plan, okay, where are we going to stay? What restaurants are we going to go to? The prices vary, you know, depending on what you want to do. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I like cruising. I prefer the weekend type cruises because I can't imagine being like in one of those European cruises or something where it's like 12 days or more.
That's long. That's my only thing.
That sounds like a very long time.
I'm not a fan of being locked inside for that long.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like a good idea, but then it sounds like, what are we going to do?
I can only go to so many shows of Mamma Mia and the casino. Like, that's the only thing with the cruises. The days at sea, it depends on where you're going. You can have too many days at sea, and that will drive me crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so how about finding deals?
I'm trying to think. Like, the internet is, you know, the home of everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if you're on Twitter, like, there's different users who are like, I know there's Airfare Watchdog, and there's travel deals. Like different profiles where literally that's all they do is send out deals.
I get a lot of flight notifications just to, I guess, like the places that we really love to go to, like Atlanta, New Orleans, even like other states that are on our list, just to keep a watch over like what is that cost. And then I get emails pretty much every day. Like every day I'm like, oh, okay, this is $92 round trip this, you know, in the next 2 weeks. And I'm just like, could we go in the next 2 weeks? And if we can't, then I don't bring it up. But
one of the big things about finding deals though sometimes is like, I mean, I'm not bougie, right? At all. But I'm not taking a Spirit flight ever again.
Oh my gosh.
So you could kind of cross that off the list. Like, I don't care if they're giving me a $3 round trip. I'm not going on Spirit.
$3 round trip?
Jackie, I'm not going on Spirit.
It depends on where.
All right. You can. There's a reason the price is so low. And airlines, I'm willing to find a deal, but I don't need to go cheap. My airline doesn't need to be cheap. It needs to be a deal, but not cheap. Right. If that means anything. So, yeah, Spirit is cheap for a reason. Like, if you don't believe me, just go on the internet and type in Spirit in your Twitter search and see the responses that you get. I ain't doing it. Spirit, Frontier, all the same thing. I've
never flown Frontier.
I mean, you don't have to. Just believe me. They're all the same thing. Not doing it. Not gonna be able to do it.
But there are apps that we use, or that I use because they're on my phone, for certain deals. Like sometimes we'll be out of town and it can be kind of last minute that we decide to go, especially if it's local. Like if it's in Florida, we know where we're going, but maybe we just need like a place to stay for 2 days or 2 nights or whatever. I'll use the Jet Setter app, and we have used the Hotel Tonight app, I believe. And that's when we were in Key West.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Key West was cool.
Yeah. So we were just kind of like, oh, yeah, let's figure out, within the next couple of days where we're going to stay. And you can pretty much plan a week out where you're going to stay. And they have like hotel partners that they work with. And they give you whatever leftover rooms are there within that week that you'll be there at a discounted rate.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. And I think that hotel was kind of like renovated because maybe it used to be a motel, but now it's like a hotel.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure, but like it's definitely one of the better hotels down there now.
Mm-hmm. Another app I use is Hopper. And that's where you can put in, like, maybe if you want to, like, we spoke about maybe going to Africa. So if we want to go to Kenya, for example, you can put in 6 months, we kind of want to go here. And then they'll update you every week or so, or every couple of weeks. Like, hey, we predict prices will go down during this time. Or you should go, are your dates flexible? Maybe you should go a week later or a week before. And that's been really helpful because I think that's how I booked the Paris flight. Mm-hmm. And my sister was like, what? That's what you paid? I was like, yeah. Is that bad? And she's like, no, that's unheard of. So, yeah, you can use stuff like that. I was going to mention something else, but I don't remember.
Well, I guess one of the other key parts for us traveling and something I struggle with is packing.
Oh, I remember now. Hold on. Sometimes you can make like a trip out of, and it won't be a vacation, but out of like a work trip. Mm-hmm. So there have been talks about like sometimes you have to travel for work, mainly in the state, and you'll just go up and come back down. But then there are other projects that might take longer. Yeah. That we've talked about. Okay, do I need to be there? Because at certain points, it's like, okay, if it's more than, whatever days we decide, it's like as a couple, we should just go together. So you've talked about like projects in maybe Key Largo or wherever. And if it's going to be longer than a certain amount of time, then I'll be there too.
We'll see.
So it won't be like a vacation. But
yeah, it's not bring your wife to work day.
Yeah. It's just like, we'll have to find a place for that. And some of those apps can help. Or maybe, if your job provides places for you to stay, then I'll tag along. So
I don't know about that. Anyway, packing.
Yes.
So yeah, I feel like that's one of the hardest parts for me sometimes with traveling is packing.
What kind of bag do you use? What kind of bag do you use?
Right now, I just have a regular, like oversized bag. It's not oversized. I mean, it's a carry-on bag though, but I'm an overpacker. I know that for sure. Yeah. Like if it's a 3-day trip, I'm packing like it's 7 days.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I don't know if it's a problem.
It's a problem.
You just got to be prepared. I was a Boy Scout, always prepared.
What's prepared for what? The weather is
whatever. I don't know. My main thing at this point is shoes. Like, I gotta bring sneakers, and they take up space.
Yeah.
So that's always an issue with me is where am I gonna put my shoes? Then it's always I have like the fear of being underdressed or overdressed. So like, we'll go somewhere and I never know. Cause like, say we go up to see our friends in Orlando or, Tampa or something. It's always but what if they say we should go like out tonight? It's like, I gotta bring clothes for that. And what if they say we're gonna go to the beach? I mean, I gotta be ready for that. Like, it's always, I'm always like, trying to plan out, and then like the shoes I wear on the regular, I can't wear out, or so it's always, I overthink it, and I'm like, next thing I know, I'm packed for like 7 days. Yeah. And I was like, we're only gonna be gone for a weekend.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't say I'm an underpacker, but it depends.
You get in there.
Yeah. So I always bring a carry-on no matter where we go. I just have my carry-on suitcase, and then like I'll have an oversized purse, because you can get away with that when you're a woman, but I have like a super oversized purse, and then I'll have like other stuff in that oversized purse. I might have other purses in there, or
it is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's not a lot of stuff. Like, I'll just have like 2 bags.
Yeah, but you just always look so like you look like you got a lot going on every time we go to the airport. Because the thing is, for me,
I think
I'm checking my bag. I'm walking on the airplane with my hands and my phone.
We don't do
and
that.
That's it. Like, Jackie is like, because it's what if they lose the luggage? Hey man, if they lose the luggage, they lost the luggage. Like, Jackie be just she trying to walk on the plane. You see her, she dragging one, she holding the purse, like she got her laptop.
But that's because you didn't see me this last trip to Mexico.
So Jackie got some new luggage.
Yes.
And she's feeling herself.
Yes.
It is the size of my wallet.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's very, like, you can fit
small.
a lot of stuff in there.
Man.
It's the color is really cute.
Yeah,
nice,
that's it.
Pink.
That's the only thing.
And it's the way you pack. So you're actually good at the method of packing. You just don't pack the right thing.
No, it depends.
No, it's true, because you roll your clothes.
Yeah, I got all of that. I watch all the YouTube videos.
Yeah, you do all of that, but then at the end, you're like, oh, are we putting the soap and stuff in your bag? And I'm just like, you don't have no room? Like,
no,
you have this big bag.
Because I need to put my Air Maxes, my Jordan, like, I have to have space. So, and then I'm thinking, okay, I packed to the point where it's like just enough to close it. And then Jackie will come, oh, don't forget to put this in. I'm like, what? I thought this was my luggage. Like, now. Oh,
your luggage.
Yeah, I said what I said. I was like, my luggage.
But you have been pretty much taking like that duffel and then the carry-on.
That was a bad idea too.
The roll-on. Yeah, it was. The roll-on bag. And we're working on getting you some fresh luggage too. It can't just be me. But but like the Key West,
you really feel yourself.
The Key West Mexico trip, like everything was just organized. Everything had a place.
But that's the thing with cruises. Like, to me, I feel like it's so easy to pack for a cruise. No.
Because even I would do that same method at the airport. The thing is, like, this one rolls different. Yeah. So that's like a plus. If you can just roll it straight on instead of having to drag your suitcase.
Listen, I'm a fan of it, but it's not that serious.
Yeah.
So.
Well, another thing, because you mentioned checking in a bag. We rarely check in bags. Unless it's like international.
Typically, yeah.
Yes.
We always check in one bag. The bag that has like our toiletries. Yeah. We always check in one bag.
The big bag.
My bag.
Yeah.
Typically.
Sometimes.
I feel like that's the way to do it.
Most recently, we haven't been checking bags. But, and we'll, I guess, get into like travel hacks. Most of the time, or at least recently, we'll take the carry-ons, and then once you get to the gate, they're like, oh, do you want to check in your bag? And
yeah, because it's either
like, oh, okay.
Either like the overhead bins, like it's a full flight and they don't have space in the overhead bins.
Sometimes I think they just don't want to deal with the bags.
Yeah, to make it a little faster. And I'm always the first one like, oh, y'all taking free check luggage?
Yeah.
I'm there.
And that's usually the case. Like,
yeah.
I think the only time they didn't was the way home from Toronto. That was probably the only flight
because that flight was packed.
Yeah, that they didn't ask. What other airport hacks do you have?
Well, I still have a packing thing. Oh. One of the main things, or one of the things I've learned, you definitely need to like prepare. So like check the weather. Yeah. I definitely made like a fatal flaw when we went to Toronto.
The thing is, we did check the weather.
Yes, and that was my fault. I overestimated the weather, and I was like, nah, it's gonna be cold. Like, I don't know why I thought like Toronto 70 was colder than like Miami 70. It really ain't. It might have been hotter. It was bad.
It was hot.
It was hot. So like, I definitely took an L. That was another Jock's overthinking moment. Like, I bought a jacket. Like, I thought I was doing it. Everybody tells me like, oh, Toronto's cold. Like, stupid me.
Like, and I believe them. It just wasn't cold yet.
Definitely took a big L on that one. So yeah, definitely like plan with your packing.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some like good like tutorials on how to make the most of your space, because it actually matters like how you fold the clothes and stuff.
Yeah, it does.
As far as how much space you have.
I think my thing is what to do with the dirty clothes. So like the clothes you've already worn, you're not gonna just like roll them up and put them and mix them with the clean clothes. So typically I like to bring like plastic bags.
Yeah.
But then I just feel like it's a waste of time to roll dirty clothes.
Not necessarily. To me, I always fold them though. I always fold them, but I put them at the bottom, and I know like once I get to a certain, okay, these are the clothes I got to throw in the hamper.
Yeah.
Because like the way I fold the clothes to make it fit in the bag, I got to put it the same way.
Yeah.
Coming back, and hopefully I don't got no souvenirs or nothing.
Yeah.
Like you better.
We always have souvenirs.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't really have another choice. That's all I got.
Yeah. Yeah, that part of the packing is like, we'll see if we can make it. Because I like rolling it. Like, I'm starting to roll my clothes to get there. But once we come back, it's like,
it is what it is.
Yeah. Whatever could fit. We trying to get home. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And then I end up like sitting on my suitcase. So.
I don't have any real airport hacks. I mean, I know like, I don't know, it's not an airport hack, but TSA pre-check is like supposed to be the wave. Like,
yeah,
you pay, I think it's like, I forgot how many, I think it's like $100. I'm not sure. I don't want to tell you a price, but you kind of fly through the security and everything. I know recently, I mean, it all depends on where you're at. We were going to, it was on our way to Toronto. We were late. Like, we were late.
Late?
Yes. We got there. I didn't think we were going to make it because it was an international flight. And, you know, usually you got to do a little extra.
I think I wasn't, like, pressed about it because, I don't know, like, Toronto, it feels like right there.
It does.
Like, it doesn't dawn on you that it's another country.
But I just figured we would get stuck at the airport. That's what I was worried about. But literally, like, I want to, and the thing is, I was leaving work and my coworker was like, oh, you're not going to make it. I was like, trust me, man, we going to make it. I was nervous though. I said we was going to make it, but I was nervous.
I could tell. And I just didn't understand why.
Because, okay, Jackie saying she doesn't understand why. It's not like
we got there 5 minutes before boarding.
We got there 20 minutes before boarding. And somehow we had enough time to get through, get something to eat.
Yeah.
Eat it, and then get on the plane. Like, I was just like, how? But
because we had time.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
We did not have time. We were blessed that we were able to get through. I guess the way to answer, like, okay, with all this in mind and everything, you know, that we talked about, what has been your favorite or best vacation so far? And why?
I don't know.
It's taking you too long. I'll be honest. For me, This is a no-brainer. Our honeymoon, hands down, best vacation I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
A mixture of where we stayed, where we went, cost, like actual
Ease.
Relaxation.
Yeah.
Like, hands down, my favorite vacation so far.
But I think it's because, I mean, no, it was a really good vacation, but it was like our first real vacation together.
Still the best.
And that could have been why. I think, yeah.
Have we stayed at a nicer place since? No. It's a 30-minute flight.
Yeah.
It's super close.
Yeah.
The
But
food.
that's because we don't really go to resorts. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's why that was my best vacation.
Okay.
I was at a resort, living it up.
I guess that would be the top. And I think number 2 would be New Orleans. New Orleans was fun.
New Orleans. I'm trying to think where I rank it.
Because it was different. Like, it's not the best looking city.
Mm-hmm.
But it's walkable. There are things to do. Things close late. You wake up and like you hear drums for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I feel like every morning we woke up and there was like a parade.
A band playing
Yeah.
or practicing or
Whatever
something
it was.
going
We were
on.
like, what's happening? But it wasn't like annoying. It was like the sound of the city. Like, I don't know. It was just, I like the city.
Yeah.
It was something about New Orleans that I like. But yeah, I think Jamaica.
Yeah.
Jamaica was top.
For me, I don't want to pressure you into Jamaica was my favorite. Like,
No, yeah.
I
feel
did
you.
nothing.
I think it
Like,
was just a very relaxing trip.
I
And
relaxed.
you like relaxed trips.
Yeah. It was, they had the nice shower that I like with the what is it? Don't laugh, man. So they have like the shower. It comes down literally from the ceiling.
It's like the rain.
The rainforest or whatever. shower.
Rainforest?
Hey, I don't know. But that thing was amazing. It was just nice. They had the tub like you like. It had something I like. It had
Yeah, that
something
was like
you
one of the main reasons why we picked that room.
Like, and then the beach was right outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you walk out and you're on the beach.
Yeah.
And it was like a private beach. It was just for the resort. Best vacation hands down. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I want to go back.
Pretty cheap.
And that's the other thing. Cost wise. And it was all inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back. But that's, what's your least favorite vacation?
Oh. Least favorite.
Yeah. This one is also easy for me, but I'll wait.
I don't have one. I mean, I guess I have to choose one, huh? Why didn't you tell me this before the podcast?
I mean, this one wasn't really like, plan.
What's yours?
Mine is New York.
Oh.
Because...
But you don't like New York.
Hence why it's my least favorite vacation.
God.
This is a no-brainer.
But why? Because that lady took us places.
No, she was racist, but no.
What?
You don't remember? She made it wasn't even like a black racist joke. She made a Jewish joke in the car. And I was very uncomfortable.
And she was Hispanic.
Yeah. I was very uncomfortable. So it was like one of those, I wonder what you say about black people when they're not around. But either way. So yeah, it was like ridiculously cold.
Yes.
And
For no reason, because it was like September.
Nah, it definitely wasn't September. It was like February.
Oh. Then we should have known.
It was February or March. It was ridiculously cold.
That was one of those times. I think because of that trip, now you overthink what you pack for the weather.
I was kind of ready though.
Nope. Because I told this man, it's really cold.
This man. I got a name. Keep going.
It's really cold. And you didn't even own a scarf yet. And then I was like, you should go buy a scarf. You should buy some gloves. All right. And then you just went to the store and bought gloves. Then
No.
I was
that
like,
was
you
Paris.
don't got no hat.
I didn't buy those things until Paris.
Oh, okay. You don't have no hat? Nah, I'm good. What I look like wearing a hat? You look smart.
No.
You look warm.
Don't listen to Jackie.
And then when we're out and about, when we're out and about in New York, then you're like, oh, they're selling hats over there. I'm gonna get one. Oh, now you want a hat?
Look,
come in.
Look, that was the only thing I bought. Right? That I just needed something to cover my ears that day.
But then you sure did wear a hat in DC, didn't you?
I mean,
Yes.
you know, you live and you learn. Whatever. Look,
Yeah.
New York was my least favorite trip.
I think because you were underprepared.
No, I wasn't. It wasn't because I was underprepared. One, it's super cold. And then not only is it super cold, it's super cold. And I'm outside foot dragging. Like, we're walking miles for who knows what to who knows where. Like, it's just because New York is just one of those cities. I'm just saying, New York is just one of those cities where it's like, oh, y'all be walking. Like, it's what you do, but that's not what I want to do when it's like 30 degrees. Trip. Yeah. No, when it's that cold.
Yeah.
Subway, dirty. I'm not with it.
Yeah.
Like, people, rude, not with it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just not for you.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, it was my least favorite vacation. Yeah. And it's too busy.
There were times where, like, my cousins came and, like, took us places.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because they drive. Or whatever,
that was cool.
So that was nice. But I don't know. I guess I was used to it back in the day. So I just figured we could just take public transportation. It's not a big deal.
I'm not a foot soldier.
Yeah.
I'm not here for the cold. And then, I mean, granted, I'm not saying, like, it wasn't fun. Like, we did some cool things.
Yeah.
Like walking the Brooklyn Bridge and, you know, just taking, like, the tour around the city, Wall Street, all that stuff. Like, that stuff was cool. But it ain't it. I'm not in a rush to go back.
Okay. I think we should take you back in the spring. The spring is the best time. And fall.
Spring 2020.
Spring
2020.
The fall is nice too.
So.
Yeah. So I don't really have a not so favorite vacation, honestly. I think probably it would just be like a not so favorite Airbnb experience or something like that.
Which one was your that was easy.
That was I actually that probably was the worst because of location. Because the location saved the first worst Airbnb.
Which
with the dog smell.
Oh, that was bad.
That was bad. So we've had 2 bad Airbnb experiences. Those were it. But the one that smelled like dog, at least they had like pine saw and stuff in the kitchen. So I ended up cleaning myself. And then it was right by the beach.
Yeah, literally right by the beach.
That saved it. But that might have been the worst.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't rolling. I still think the other one was worse.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was in a bad location.
Yeah.
And it was nice, but it wasn't that nice that I was thugged through it. like at least the other place was nice enough that I would thug through it and stay. Nah. But the one that we went to in the wedding up north, not at North Florida. Yeah. That was the worst Airbnb we stayed at. Well, we didn't even stay there. So.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But yeah. Future vacations.
What about them?
I mean, you know, just like a roundabout, like, what are some places that you want to go to?
Greece. Bora Bora.
I just feel myself becoming broke. Like, I just, as soon as you started naming, like, I was going to be like, I want to go to California.
California is a big one. Like, but California, honestly, would have to be like,
I want to go to the Great Wall of China.
I don't want to just go to California and just chill in LA. I want to go to Big Sur. I want to go to
where?
Big Sur. I sent you pictures of it. I want to go to like wineries and like that would have to be like a whole week.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to Hawaii.
Like,
I feel like that place is gonna be nice, and I want to stay in like. I mean, you said Bora Bora, so yeah, I definitely want to go there.
Yeah.
To stay in like one of those overwater bungalows. It sounds fire. I know it's expensive. Like, I'm afraid to look up the rates.
I have.
So. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be broke.
That's not happening yet.
But yeah, I think it's, you know, kind of creating like a travel goals and knocking them out one at a time. I think it's been one of my favorite parts of marriage. Has been traveling. What?
That's like the easy part of it.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of my favorites. I ain't say it was tough. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, just traveling together, one, I don't gotta really do no work. You be looking up the places. Hey, let's go here.
You look up some restaurants here and there, but
that part.
Other than that, yeah, I'm the travel agent here.
Yeah, he's definitely my travel agent. I always say it. Mm-hmm. So, travel people, do it while we can. Most of us are still young.
Yeah.
We got a chance to do it. Do it.
Try to get your passport. Get all of
Definitely get your passport. And that's not being bushy black either. The whole, you don't have a passport? Because I'm not going to front like I had one for the longest.
Yeah.
I literally got it when we got married.
Right.
So get you a passport, get some stamps, man. Let's get out of here. Let's explore the world.
Yeah.
See beyond our regular.
And if you guys have like dream vacations, share it with us.
Or like tips,
yeah, like travel hacks. What do you do? What did we not mention that you do to make traveling easier? How do you keep, all your documents organized and stuff like that? Or, yeah, stuff like that. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
We'd like to know.
Let's get the feedback. All right. Okay. On to the listener questions.
Yeah.
All right.
Wake up in Tokyo, have a dream in New Orleans, fall in love in Chicago, man. Then we can land in the motherland, camel back across the desert sands, take a train to Rome or home, Brazil.
All right. As you guys know, you can always email us at michelmatters@gmail.com with your questions, or send it to us via Instagram at at Jackie I Michelle.
Struggling.
Or it's early. Or on Instagram.
On Twitter at coach_JOX. Sheesh. So
It's real early.
So the first question, say who? Or it doesn't matter.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first question comes from Tiffany. It's one of our friends, we're gonna say. Mm-hmm. Anyway. How did you guys decide who to invite or not invite to your wedding? How did you manage the relationships after that, if they were affected because of it?
Well, we started off, I don't know if we mentioned this. We had a episode called Weddings in Wakanda. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if we mentioned this. We started off asking our mothers to write a list.
Man.
So from their list, we edited where it needed to be edited. And then, so I guess if their friends or whoever we crossed off had an issue, I don't know about it because I don't care, really.
I mean...
But yeah, if you got crossed off the list, then, it's for a reason. Because either I don't know you or I haven't seen you since I was 5. That kind of thing. But like people close to us, and I was thinking about this the other day, like there are some people that we're really cool with, and we were always cool with, but like just during the wedding, we just didn't really talk to like that. It just,
yeah. But
like, I don't know, should I drop names? I don't know.
I have one name for sure that I'm like, I can't believe I didn't invite him to the wedding.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we're talking about the same person, but
my guy, right?
Who's your guy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's so funny. We both whispered the same name, and I know he's listening.
Yeah.
I don't understand how I didn't invite him to the wedding. It is. I made
I'm
a
not
mistake.
gonna lie. That's
Johnny, I'm sorry.
But yeah, he should have definitely been there. And then there are some people that just kind of showed up.
Yeah, you definitely got that.
I would say like only really 3 people showed up. That
I know
shouldn't
of.
have been.
Yeah.
Like one of your cousins invited her friend.
Definitely.
One of my uncles invited his friend, but then he ended up leaving. And
I don't know. I just know. I think we originally planned for 200, right?
Yes.
I can't remember how many RSVP'd. I know it was less than 200. Mm-hmm. And at the reception, they had to pull out more chairs.
Yeah.
So we had 200 plus, and I want to say like 175 or 180 RSVP'd or something like that. So yeah.
It all worked out in the end, but I mean, I don't think relationships were. Yeah,
I don't think Johnny hates me. Like we still talk now, but it was definitely like awkward. I guess there was all like I didn't even know that he wasn't like I didn't invite him.
How you don't know you don't invite somebody?
Because I didn't remember. I was like, what do you mean? Like he brought up, he's like, even though I wasn't invited to your wedding, I was like, you weren't invited to. Oh, like it. I don't know. Didn't cross my mind. I don't know how it happened.
I think there were some people that it was just like very very fresh. Like some of your players at the time.
I'm not worried about them.
No.
I know some of them were mad that they couldn't go.
But they were invited. Some were invited.
A few. The ones that were old enough or I felt mature enough. Mm-hmm. But there were some that I was like, my bad. I probably could have invited, but I mean, it is what it is. I wasn't worried about them. They're kids.
Yeah. At the time. They're not kids anymore. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, I had a cousin in New York that like Facebook messaged me and was like, oh, I didn't get I'm not gonna get no invite. And it was just kind of like, huh? Like, I think for us, it was just like we were already married too. So it wasn't like a thing.
I don't want to say that. I just feel like it got to where you have 200 spots. You have family, that you have to invite. You have certain, the political ones. Like, look, your mom, like she raised you since you were like, as he said, like I was like, no, I didn't, but okay, fine, I'll invite her.
Nah, B, they got cut.
Yeah, it's like you have those people. Mm-mm. Then you have your friend, like. Somebody's gonna get left out. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like somebody's gonna get left out. Johnny shouldn't have got left out. That was a mistake.
Are you like apologizing?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely apologize. He shouldn't have got left out. I don't know how that happened.
It's okay. He's welcome here anytime.
Yeah, but managing afterwards. Besides John, I don't think there's anybody that I didn't invite that I'm like, I really like regret. Mm-hmm. Like, not that I regret, but like. Look, man, it's 200. You might have been 205. Like, right. You didn't make that cut. Yeah. So,
but people aren't mad about it now. I mean, because even like my cousin, I mean, when she was married, she didn't invite me. So it was just kind of like.
I see why, but.
What you mean?
Huh? Nothing.
No, but it wasn't even like a wedding. She just went to court.
Oh, okay.
And so did we. Like, we went to court. We just had a wedding after. Like.
But yeah.
So it was just. Yeah. It was just like a question and then. Lives move on. So yeah, there was no like hurt.
But I guess the way we we decided for the most part, we did family first, then we did like our friends, like our list of people, like friends. That had to be there, and then a couple people were added after RSVPs,
and then like church.
Yeah. Oh, then our church people. Work people.
Yeah. I only had like 2 work people.
Yeah. And you just have to be careful. Like some people we added like, it's like a look, it depends how many people RSVP. If they don't, then you get an invite. Some people would be offended by that. Some people aren't. So because some people get it, but some people just don't. It's like a lot of places for weddings, you pay per plate. It's not that easy to like overbook or to have a million people at your wedding.
Honestly, even like with the people who showed up, it wasn't a problem. Just because the way that we planned it, like our caterer was real.
But I'm saying it's not. It's not like in the planning stages. You're not gonna plan for 220. Like you don't plan for extra because you paid.
Right.
So you don't want to pay for extra.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think how you manage the relationship. Yeah, I think. Everything was back to normal after a while. So it is what it is.
Okay. So what about the second question?
This is from Rebecca. And she says, I have a friend who deletes her texts every night before bed. It looks wrong, but she doesn't do it to hide anything from her man. That's just what she does before she goes to sleep. What are your thoughts on that? And how do you guys handle your phones in your marriage?
That's a lot. So the first part, it's funny. It's funny because I know people who fall on both sides of the spectrum on that. So I know people who delete their texts every night because they have something to hide. and I know people who just delete their texts every night. That's just weird. I just don't understand it. One, I feel like I get important information in text sometimes. Like,
yeah,
I can't delete it.
Like
I
my party
need
is
it.
on such and such date. And then if I delete it and I didn't remember to write it down, I'm not gonna be at your party.
I feel like I get a lot of good information.
Yeah.
And then I know people who do it because, they out you. So
you know people who do this?
I mean, like I tell you, so I have a coworker.
Who you know?
Listen, I have a coworker, and I'll tell you this story. I have a coworker.
Be careful.
Yeah, it's fine. I gave him my phone number, or I texted him my phone number, and then like a couple days later, he came to like, "Hey, Jocks, can you send me your number again?" I was like, "Oh, I texted to you," and he was like, "Yeah, I know, I deleted it." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I delete my text every night." I'm like, "Yo, what are we doing?" Like,
yeah, that's sketch.
Yeah, things like that.
But sometimes it is just like ritual. So like for me, I don't delete my text messages. I probably delete them like top of the year, just because top of the year I want everything clean, right? That's house clean, crazy. Phone clean, whatever. But like at night, what I will do is I can't go to sleep with like knowing the little notifications are on Instagram and like my emails or whatever. Like I try to clear night, clear the notifications. I don't want to see no red dots with the numbers in it. So that's like my thing, but that's not a text. If you're deleting text or deleting recent calls, it just looks weird.
It's sus. To be honest, it's sus.
It is. Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's sus.
But I understand.
I'm not gonna accuse nobody.
Maybe that just clears your mind at the end of the day. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But how do we handle our phones? How do we handle our phones?
I don't handle phones.
I feel like this came up the other day. And we were on the phone with Nick or something like that. And something happened with your phone, and I just like picked it up. Or something.
It was your phone. You had a text.
Oh yeah,
and you're like, "Oh, read the text to me."
Because I was doing something in the kitchen, and my hands were like dirty.
Yeah, and I was like, you trust like enough to just grab your phone and read your like. At this point, it was like, if I was worried, like. What's the point of being married at this point? Like, if you living like that, I can't remember.
It was probably like Judy or something.
Yeah, I can't remember. But I mean, you have the password to my phone.
Yeah.
Like,
and I don't have a password.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I mean, we're pretty like straightforward with it. I mean, and
we're not as. Because we know another couple that they pretty much share phones.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, it's not weird.
Yes,
that's just open.
It is, but at the same time, it's like...
and they're probably listening to it.
Yeah, I remember one time I texted him, and I was like, just by the way the reply came, I was like, that's not him. I was like, I know how he responds to my text.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, that's not him.
But that's just
using his phone.
That's just how they are. It's just like, it's probably like, okay, whatever phone is here, that's the phone I'm going to use.
Yeah, it is.
Which is nice.
I actually know a couple people like that.
Yeah.
And
that's fine. Because somehow the message is going to get to the person. So, they live together. But yeah, we don't really hide our phones.
I feel like that stage is over.
What stage? You used to hide your phone?
No.
Tell the people.
College job. I don't necessarily think I was hiding my phone.
I was definitely a snooper at some point.
Okay, there you go. Tell it.
Yeah, but it was things to be snooped.
Okay, guys, I feel like that's a great way to wrap the episode.
But yeah,
don't listen to Jackie.
No, it wasn't nothing.
Exactly, don't listen to Jackie.
But when you're younger, you just want to be a private investigator. So yeah. But now it's like I don't have time to snoop. Even if there was something to be snooped, I feel like Jesus is just gonna have to reveal it to me because I don't have the time or the patience to snoop. Like, I just don't.
It's a full-time job at this point.
Yeah. Especially now, you have to snoop through not only the text, the emails, the DMs, the Twitters, the Instagram, Facebook. Who has time?
Yeah. So there's people out here with time. So
yeah, your phone broken. Okay, use my phone.
Yeah.
I don't put my phone face down unless it just happens to be face down. Like, there are things that I see and hear people talk about that I'm just like, is that really like an issue? Like, oh, if he puts his phone face down during a date, that means he has something to hide. Maybe he just, maybe he does. I don't know. But maybe he just doesn't want to see
I gotta
his
pay attention. I don't even notice if I
up.
put my phone face down. I gotta check it out.
Maybe he just doesn't want to see notifications pop up while you're on a date. Or maybe he is hiding something. You just never know. But my phone is not an issue.
I feel like as a couple, I hate this, in like a committed relationship, right?
Committed
relationship. We'll talk about that one day. You gotta
have a distinction.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one day. Mm-hmm. And why I don't like that phrase. But if you're in a committed relationship, I mean, what is the secrecy?
Right.
Like, I understand, people have you want some things private. That's just life. Sure. Like, you want something to yourself, even if you're not hiding anything. Like, but I don't think it should be at the point where it's like, you can't leave your phone away from you. Like, if you go to the bathroom or something like that,
right?
Like, then it looks sus.
Yeah.
So it should just be an open line of like, okay, if your girl asks for your password, I mean, it depends what she needs it for. Like, if she, is asking because she's nervous and she wants to check your phone, or, she wants to change the music while you're driving. Like, it shouldn't be an issue. And if it is an issue, then you gotta address the issue. Like, as far as if she's asking for your password because she feels like she needs to be able to read your messages, or then yeah, you know what? The issue is not you don't want to give her the password. Like, why does she want to check your messages? Like, I think you just have to deal with the underlying issues of why it may be a problem, or why you feel uneasy about it. But I do think it shouldn't be an issue. Like, it should just be here, my phone.
All right.
If I didn't work around kids, I would not have a password on my phone. But I work around kids, and they like to touch stuff.
They use your phone.
Yeah, they like to touch stuff,
which is another thing. But
anyway, don't listen to Jackie. So,
but yeah, so I don't know. Y'all tell us how you guys handle phones in relationships.
Yeah,
because maybe we're doing it wrong. But we haven't reached any issues yet. So.
All right, let's do the business spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wherever I go, she go. Wherever I go, she go. So let's keep it real, all in together, free chill. Tell the stewardess to throw a movie on the reel. Heat up my kosher meal, exchange my dollar bills, lean back in my first class seat.
Today's episode's business spotlight goes to Indie Craft Bazaar. They host different events, and like community events that support small businesses and independent artists, in South Florida. And I went to the downtown Hollywood Artisan Market this past weekend, and they do it every third Saturdays, but they also have like different events, in other areas of South Florida. That's just one of their events, but it was cool. I feel like downtown Hollywood, and I mentioned this before, is starting to have things to do, just like the clay making class that we did and stuff. So it's starting to be something. So I'm trying to support, even though I don't live in Hollywood. But it was cool. I went with my sister, and I found these cute tassel earrings that I wore this weekend that I'll probably wear again to like a wedding or something like that. But I just like seeing small businesses get their work out there and supporting the things that I like, because there's things that you'll find that you don't find, at a mall, and things that will match your eclectic style if that's what you have and whatnot. And then of course there's like the different food vendors. So yeah, this is, I guess, not a one business spotlight. It falls under the category of that, but once you get there, you just meet so many different businesses, and they'll tell you like all the different markets they do and all the different things and projects that they're into, and they're really involved in their business. So I like to meet people who are selling their things that maybe started off as a hobby and turned into something. So you guys should definitely go. It's every third Saturday at the Downtown Hollywood Art Walk. And yeah, maybe you'll see me at one of these.
That's the goal, right?
We'll see. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Another episode in the books.
Yes.
I thought this one's going to be shorter.
Yeah, no. We've been here since 4 a.m.
So
it's time for you to go to work.
Yeah. I'm going to be late. So yeah. All right, guys. Another one down.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up